first I heard the explosion and
Over Val Pascara, Italy, residents reported seeing a bright, diamond-shaped craft hovering silently in the sky. This area has a long history of similar encounters, with witnesses describing large, luminous objects moving slowly over the river valley. Some locals even mentioned radio disruptions during the sighting, something that has happened in previous cases here as well. With repeated reports over the years, Val Pascara remains one of Italy's most active regions for unexplained aerial phenomena. While flying over Brazil at around 10,000 feet, passengers noticed a strange sphere hovering beside their aircraft. The object stayed perfectly still in the sky, showing no drift and no signs of propulsion. Its smooth surface reflected sunlight like polished metal, making it stand out sharply against the clouds. Encounters at this altitude are rare, and this one leaves more questions than answers. In Baja California, Mexico, an 85-year-old woman captured something extraordinary from the terrace of her home. A disc-shaped craft with bright lights appeared at low altitude, moving close enough for her to take two clear photographs. The object's smooth structure and steady motion don't match any known aircraft in the area. For someone with a lifetime of experience watching the skies, this sighting was unlike anything she had ever seen. Over Buenos Aires, Argentina, witnesses recorded a massive column of light hanging motionless in the sky. It wasn't lightning, and it wasn't connected to any storm activity. The beam simply hovered, as if anchored to nothing. The intensity of the glow suggests a concentrated source of energy, yet no structure or aircraft was visible above it. Events like this are rare and even harder to explain. This sighting from Minnesota shows a disc-shaped craft gliding silently just above the treetops, with bright lights rotating in a perfect pattern. Its movement is remarkably stable, lacking the jitter or noise typical of drones or aircraft. The illumination around the craft appears synchronized, almost like a propulsion system rather than simple lighting. Encounters like this raise questions about what kind of technology is operating so close to the ground.
Son las 7 de la mañana aquí en Bayamón, Tamaulipas, está lloviendo, raza. se va.
Recorded early in the morning during rainfall, this sighting from Tamaulipas shows a mysterious craft with rotating lights gliding at low altitude. Juan Manuel Sanchez managed to film the object as it passed silently through the gray sky, unaffected by the weather. Its lights move in a perfect spiral pattern, suggesting a controlled mechanism rather than reflection or camera distortion. For a craft to fly this low, this steady, and this quietly in the rain, the explanation isn't obvious. Captured in broad daylight, this disc-like craft glides gently over the ocean before suddenly accelerating out of frame. The slow approach shows no wobble, no wings, and no signs of propulsion, suggesting a controlled hover. Its exit, however, is what stands out, a burst of speed that leaves no trail, no noise, and no visible transition. Movements like this don't match drones, planes, or atmospheric reflections. In Manitoba, Canada, witnesses captured remarkably clear footage of a disc-shaped craft moving silently across the sky. The object stays perfectly stable, its edges defined enough to rule out glare or reflection. There's no wobble, no wings, and no visible propulsion, just a smooth, controlled glide. Footage this clean makes the sighting hard to dismiss.
First, I heard the explosion and this light appeared. And it's hovering right there. Believe me, there is nothing out there. This is the second time this light came on. And now it's gone.
In Vordingborg, Denmark, a witness recorded a pyramid-shaped craft appearing in the sky late on a Thursday evening. Just minutes earlier, nothing was there until a loud explosion echoed across the countryside, followed by the sudden appearance of this object. It hovered, shifted, and moved in patterns that didn't resemble fireworks, aircraft, or any kind of signal flare. According to the witness, this happened twice, and the footage shows no signs of tricks or reflections, only something truly unexplained.
So here is how it looks like in daylight, and that's where exactly I saw it, right up there. It appears right here. There is no nightlife, there is no life out here. Dude, I'm telling you, this is just land.
Look. It's just hovering. It's just a circle. Look.
This footage from Medellin shows a dark polyhedron-like object hovering above the city, captured by a resident's son from his balcony. The surrounding birds establish depth and distance, proving the object isn't small or close to the camera. The family recorded the event live while on a video call, adding credibility to the encounter.